I remember one review of it said, it's the most extraordinary, beautiful train wreck ever filmed. It's a story of somebody literally coming apart at the seams. Why that character? Why that role? And what was that like to play?
I didn't want to do it so much because, for some reason, it felt a little close to me from my youth. I didn't feel it would be healthy for me to get into her skin. I just didn't think it'd be good for me to do it.
Mach mal Bein hoch, dass das Bein ein bisschen hoch ist oder so. Bein hoch, so ein bisschen. Spann auf, pass auf, Mann. Scheiße. Das sieht super aus. Also ist das? Ja? Das ist geil, ja. Ja, ist okay. Gut, oder? Ja, ja. Ja, wunderbar. Machen wir so, ne?
Yeah, I met the writer and the director, and I met him and I liked him so much. And he said, listen, could you just go in and read from Michael because it's going to help him write it, and talk to him about it and hang out in New York for a day because it'll just help him with the character since you relate so much and like her. And I didn't realize when I was helping him, when I was reading, that I was actually screen testing.
Okay.
Because they hit a camera.
You genuinely didn't know?
No, I genuinely didn't know. I thought I was genuinely there. I dyed my hair blonde. I got tattooed. I couldn't sit down the day. I was in a... I was in one of those.
It's happened to all of us. I've done it as well.
I remember that distinctly. I couldn't sit down because my... But I really just felt that it wouldn't be good for me.
Right.
And then they told me I got the job, and I said again I didn't want to do it. But it was... I think it was meant to be because I ended up... having to go through so much and confront so many things that are maybe my fears or some of my issues.
If you need me, you just call me.
I need you. I need you now. You have to be here now. When I need you now. I need you more.
Listen to me. You are a big girl, all right?
The whole story was somebody who's looking for somebody to love her. And that's the whole... It's not about drugs, it's not about how she feels physically, or she feels not enough mentally, or she feels... It was really just this kid that felt, okay, if you'll love me for this, I'll be this. If you love me for this, I'll be this. But I want somebody to love me. And she loved women at a time when some women were just experimenting with other women. But she genuinely loved them and got her heart broken a lot. And she was one of the first people to get AIDS. And so it was, and the way people treated people at that time was so horrible. So just everything, it was such a tragedy, her life.
I can't take her home. I'm trying. But Henry he's just afraid.
So this is your daughter. Your daughter.
So people are scared. I am scared. He's afraid that if people find out, he could lose his job.
It's interesting, when you were talking about it, you said, but I liked her. Considering just how cataclysmically her life worked out, what was the thing that you liked the most?
I looked into her and I didn't see a bratty kid, and I didn't see somebody that loved fame and fortune and cared about her looks or anything like that.
Are you scared?
She was this really free spirit, and I found that very endearing.
Do you see any comparisons between your role in that movie and your role in Girl Interrupted? I mean, both of them, because you won major awards for, but again, both of them deal with the subject of people who are fractured, fragmented, people who are having a very hard time keeping a grip on reality.
What are you saying?
No, I'm saying that you're drawn to those roles.
I am drawn to those roles. Well, I think any actress, it's more interesting, obviously, to play somebody that has a journey to take and something, whether you're either going to come out the other end better or how you break down, and it's just a study of human behavior is just more complex.
Freud's pictures on every shrink's wall. In creative industry, you lie down, you confess your secrets, and you're saved. Ka-ching! Well, the more you confess, the more they think about setting you free.
But what if you don't have a secret?
In your life, you're like me.
She was somebody who had a great strength in that she was quite the opposite. She really didn't care what people thought of her. She just had this honesty. That's how I played her anyway. I think you have to play in the same person as if you're convinced they're absolutely sane.
McWillie is going to wake up. Susanna, give me the guitar.
Director James Mangold looked high and low for his Lisa before rising star Jolie interrupted his search.
We read so many amazing actresses, many big names, many unknown. But there was a point, most of the actresses coming in were kind of ripping the drapes off the walls as they played out this role. And Angie's point of attack was one of incredible calm.
Look at me. Play with me.
She has this puppet she's playing with in the movie.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad.
And that was a puppet that her mom gave her. And that she wanted to find a way to kind of use this puppet in the scenes. And you're always looking for actors who are looking to both play, and at the same time she's kind of connecting some kind of meaning for herself by introducing those props into the story. And you're always looking for an actor fearlessly trying to bring those pieces of himself into the film.
So every character you play, their perspective, you kind of think that for the purpose of doing it, that perspective is correct.
Well, you have to you have to find a way to believe that they're correct.
Right, okay.
You know, you have to, even if you're a bad guy, you can't play them knowing that they're wrong. You have to somehow make it right in your head so you can be the person.
Angie's not a kind of person who looks at her character as some kind of external being and then and analyzes them. She inhabits them. And I don't think anyone can play someone they don't fully love.
In my mind, she wasn't bad, even though she's kind of, I guess, the bad character in the film. She was really just the only one who was completely honest. What's this? Huh?
What's this?
Let go. Trying out your new silver. Get off me. Less appealing for Daddy, huh?
Lisa, look at your own arm. I'm sick, Daisy. We know that. But here you are in so-called recovery playing Betty Crocker cut up like a goddamn Virginia ham. Just stop it, okay?
Help me understand. But there was something about that honesty that I found refreshing. I'm one of those people that I would prefer somebody to be completely blunt with me than not.
I got the sense watching it that you thought, that's the role, that's the one I want.
Funny enough, I had been doing I'd been working on a play called Music from Down the Hill in my theater group, and I had read Girl Interrupted as a reference book for the play. So I was aware of it, and on my old copy of Girl Interrupted that's all like wrinkled and has marks, I underlined everything of Lisa's.
In this world, looks are everything. Sometimes I think Polly's sweetness and purity aren't genuine at all, but a desperate attempt to make it easier for us to look at her. So nice of you to pass judgment on us and be pure.
I'm playing the villain, baby, just like you want.
Jolie's dark and edgy performance in Girl Interrupted won her a Best Supporting Actress Oscar, which seemed to pave the way for a serious career. But as her celebrity grew, she downshifted into a string of mainstream action blockbusters,
You still alive, baby?
which traded on her eye-catching looks and groomed body. The most famous of these is Lara Croft Tomb Raider, which was panned by killjoy critics like me. I'm not going to lie to you about this. I'm a snot-nosed film critic, right? Love Mighty Heart, love Changeling, can't get my hat on about Tomb Raider at all. Tell me what it is that you get out of those kind of roles.
Well, I think one, it wasn't made for you. It was made more
clearly.
for you know, young people and people that.
Calling me old.
Well,
No.
no, but it wasn't made for me either. You know, it was made for a great sense of fun and adventure, and one of those films that you just have a great laugh with and a great time with, and it was nice. And as a woman, it was also nice that my daughters are going to have an example of something fun and something physical that's a strong, adventurous woman. You know, I remember when I was first asked to do it, my only reference was the game.
Yeah.
And I said no.
Is it another thing? Yeah, I'm picking all the ones you said no to. Right?
Apparently, yeah, if I say no, it's a chance that it's going to be successful.
Okay.
I said yes to Hackers immediately.
Okay.
But I thought when I saw, you know, the character, I just thought, ooh, that's, you know, she's all. And then they said, you get all this, you have to train for hours and hours on end the day, and the British military and weapons, and then we're going to travel to Cambodia and Iceland, and it sounded like one of the greatest adventures anybody could have in life.
And was it?
It was a great adventure, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You got hurt doing it, didn't you?
Oh, once.
Oh, just the once.